Witam serdecznie w kolejnym odcinku serii Zagrajmy w Divinity Original Sin.
Oh no, noble friend. Your upper chakras are in desperate need of a good scrubbing. Fortunate. Dearest customer, I've
Czy ty masz coś?
tak.
Tak. Magia powietrza i magia wody. Ale są zaklęcia i to jest ważne. Wiem, że tutaj znajdę przydatnych handlarzy na pewno. Cudowne. Cudowne.
Sauce hunters, eh? All right, proper. We're fine. If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now before she gets thieved in the night like me dear plump ogget, the finest in me herd.
O, to jest przedmiot do craftingu, więc się przyda. Muszę sprawdzić też, co się robi z muchomora. Daj złoto. Dziękuję.
Sorry, can't help you there. Haven't got enough. Now that the herd's gone, old Birch is just scratching by like a hen till the next batch of beasties comes through. I recently sold most of the tender loves to a trader heading north. Plenty of business that way these days. Those miners must be preparing for a mighty great feast. Yes.
Hello, proportionate one. Oh, I can see from the symmetry in your face that you are a great... I'm a painter by trade, as you can see, but a cartographer at heart. I travel around Andervale, mastering my craft and finding new subjects to add to my little...
Okay.
Oh, hello, love. Nice day for a little stroll around the market, isn't it?
Okej, materiały zawsze będę kupował do robienia strzału, bo strzały są przydatne. Tylko muszę pamiętać, żeby ich zacząć używać. O, umiejętności łucznika, dobrze wiedzieć. Co tu jest jeszcze nowicjuszu? Okej, postawa, która mi się podoba.
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Może na razie wrzucę taki rzeczek. Te narzędzie akurat nie. To. Połowcy źródła wrzucę, bo mam lepszy. Tak samo buty podróżne. Dodatkową zbroję jeszcze sobie zachowam. Powinienem jej zacząć używać. Stary pergamin, bo roksady mogą mi się przydać u kapitana. Obraz, zdecydowanie, obrazy są... Barwniki też mnie nie interesują. To jest rzecz estetyczna. Teraz wyrównaj złotem. Okej, teraz koleżanko. O. Przepisy. A, z gałęzi można zrobić laski. Okej. Okej, dowolny nóż muszę mieć. No tak, piec. Dobrze wiedzieć, że mogę młotkiem rzucić z pomidorów sos. Cudowne to. Niektóre elementy craftingu w tej grze jednak są śmieszne. Eksperymenty, tymczasem promień strzały. Gdzie były te groty? A w sumie strzał. Zasłona dymna jakoś mnie nie przekonuje jako status. Oczywiście pewnie znajdzie się dla niej zastosowanie, ale... O właśnie, goty ogłuszający. Więcej strzał. Ty masz tylko ryby i pieniądze. Generalnie handlarze są spoko, no bo hajs.
Say, no one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I, borrowed.
Borrow indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repay.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear. I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times. But what choice have I got now? Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Sicil began. Still, that doesn't waive a man's need to eat, you know. So what do you think? Should I?
That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
Yes, you know what they say about giving a man a fish. This man should learn to stand on his own.
I suppose you've got...
That thief is free for now. But I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly seduces him back. Thank you for making that would-be thief see reason.
Praworządność, daje przywództwo, renegactwo, daje kieszonkowstwo. Serio? Czemu to im był idealizm? Bym się śmiał, że śmieszek, byłby śmieszek z Mass Effecta. No ona lubi, więc daje lepsze ceny. Jest dobrze wiedzieć, bo tutaj będę mógł sprzedać trochę junku najwyżej, albo ryb. Chociaż... Patrząc na ceny, mech.
What are ye staring at? Some poor chaps lost their ship and want some work. Just send them to me and tell them there's a bit of coin and a lot of rum coming there. What are ye staring at?
Okej. Okej, to teraz co? Do portu. O, mag.
But if one were to reduce the quantity of skull dust by a oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered. But, no matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest specimen, I'm sure the order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success. Huh?
O, ma wskrzeszenie, dobrze wiedzieć. Narkotyk, okej. A, mikstury zmniejszające statystyki do rzucenia przeciwników.
Sorry, but there isn't much work for sailors in a house of medicine. Unless one of them happens to have a secret Me? Why, I'm more than a little surprised you haven't heard of me. Perhaps it was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her unslakable thirst. A simple pinch of atropa belladonna in her morning tea. I who discovered that aging itself can be halted by, not to mention that it's been my guidance that has permitted my apprentice Evelyn to make quite a name for us. Well, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an exacting manner when it comes to making difficult medical decisions. I expect she'll be a very successful healer. Yes. If that's how we're referring to the secretive use of a revolutionary healing method. She's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps you can prevail upon her to offer a demonstration. She's gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable of fantastic. But she claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town, Silver Glen by name. Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blasted undead haunting the travel routes, certainly, what would you like to know? I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years. I declare it an act of the Almighty's, if I believed in such things. Some events, Source Hunter, can be neither controlled nor understood by mere men. The counsellor, terrible loss that. Though we were hardly more than acquaintances, I knew him to be a devoted civil servant. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. The affairs of his wife, Esmeralda, were hardly a secret.
Healing stone. Interesting indeed.
Nothing sets me on edge like inexplicable magic.
So, which of you... Excuse me? This is a private sick room. Who in the name of the Sevens you think you are? I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm just... Who am I to I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing. But this decision feels like precisely the opposite. I have but one healing stone. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave.
Mazuj z kieszenia.
But perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you are more accustomed to wait. What would you like to know? One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead. Quite the venerable staple of Sicile, Stephen, and recently blessed with his 3rd grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray... Nearly everyone in Sicile is familiar with grinning Stephen, and, as you can imagine, he's quite dear to his family. Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot, Loic by name, in the northern town of Silver Glen. He is of a certain faith. I myself was nothing if not skeptical of his claims, but something happened as he handed me the stone. But it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time before it reverts to a useless, inert state. Don't dither long.
Quick save. Zobaczmy, jakie będą konsekwencje.
Would you like to learn more about the patients before making... In this moment, I do believe I'm the most pain-stricken... You are?
No jest młody.
His life has just begun. We can't cut it short now. He should receive the stone.
Yes, Boris deserves to experience all...
Boris it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone.
Czy ja właśnie zmniejszyłem sobie...
No, no, this is highly abnormal. What is this? It's lightning.
Co to było?
What happened? Is this a dream?
I don't think so. That stone. Somehow, it sent us flying into the sky.
Okej.
Terrible! By the quill that lasts a billion words, what's this? 2 Rivalonians here? Oh yes, proper introductions. Zigzags the historian at your service. It is my job to record all that...
Chłopnik historyk. Cudownie.
How I got here? Well, for a historian appointed by the gods, how you got here on such a tiny and rapidly shrink... What am I doing here? Attempting to avert this... Tell me, friend, when I mentioned that this place is the end of time, did your hard time ought to have no end at all? In show, don't tell, I always say. So go, peer.
I think that imp may be quite...
You looked. You saw the portal. It's quite sprung to life, just like the long... You, dear stranger, you must be the key. Something about your presence here, those torches, a light, this portal active once more. It can... Goodness me, how right you are. There's so much to take in, I'd nearly forgotten. And what you saw has been... It is the void itself. The dragon. I can't say for sure where it came from. Ah, though I cannot say for... In fact, every last question that ever plagues your noggin might well be answered. But why spoil the mystery? And it's not that I believe, it's that I have seen. Long have I been waiting here, hoping that what then, no longer than after you.
Oczywiście bardzo ciekawe zdarzenie. No, szkoda, że nie minie tamtym na... A, dobra, butelki. O, piwo! Tutaj talerz, śmieć. Nie powiem, nie wiedziałem, że to się stanie oczywiście.
And he's off.
It seems the imp has spotted exactly who and what he'd hoped to find here.
A, dobra. No tak, trzeba mieć jeszcze swojego huba. To będzie chyba taki hub, w którym będzie się można przeorganizowywać. Jeśli chodzi o drużynę i... No to trochę jakby też regiony do z fast travelem. Te portale w końcu zapewniają fast travela. W sumie skoro ja dostałem... Skoro ja wiedział, że praworządność daje przywództwo, to bym brał posłuszeństwo. Ale dobra, mniejsza z tym. Siła woli wysoka też się przyda.
Could it be, milady? The weak...
Indeed, Sir Imp. As surely as you are he who chronicles all...
Astounding! Unbelievable! I have so many...
You have brought guests, I see.
My reaction exactly, milady. It was their arrival here at the end of time that instigated...
This is a question better put to our guests themselves. Tell us. A stone. So. It was a stone that caused the great shock of energy that brought you here. Not like this, no. What happened to you? Never had I experienced something so contrary to my nature. To weave some, but yours has. You appeared before me from the moment you came into contact with that.
But, Madam Weaver, how is it possible? Do you not see all...
Like the stones, your guests are a mystery to me. I see them before me in this world. Source hunters. It would seem that yourselves and Starstone are inextricably linked. Why and how? Starstone is not what it seems, Source Hunter. Its true nature must be... Do you see what violence my work has suffered? What will...
Mysteries of all time. Gaps...
It would appear that Starstone transforms at your touch, granting me new thread by which to...
I see. What the...
Yes. Though I cannot explain why this Starstone is...
Niechcący duży skok fabularny zrobiłem.
If we do not restore time, If we do not discover the true nature of these stones, the void will consume us all. Indeed you must. Though I may not yet understand why. It seems that you and you alone can unlock the powers within Starstone. Yet we are not the—
Why, of course, that's what they were doing. I have recorded their doings, you see.
Ona, okej.
Starstone more and more by the day. Now I understand. They'd keep the stones from our reach.
Without these stones, Hunter, there will be no Rivalon. The entire—
That shall never be, milady. As sure as Zix comes before Zax, we will put a stop to it. First, we met these, our most Come, come! I've got something for you if you're up to the challenge.
I have the last chest, the last chest, the last chest! If you believe yourself worthy of rifling through my ample treasures, I do dare you to prove it! Find my 4 sisters, no more.
Serio? Gadająca skrzynia?
Not but a moment ago, we were hunting source in Rivalon. And now, we're being told that we alone can prevent the end of time by way of some magical stones. What do you make of it?
Say what Zigzags and the Weaver will. I need more evidence before I'll buy into this one.
No matter how improbable.
Tak jest. Pragmatyzm, tam romantyzm.
The glint in your gaze and the set of your brow suggest to me that no, with you searching out Starstone, I believe we'll mend the tapestry in no time. But you'll need a way to travel between Rivalon and this homestead, won't you? Who wouldn't want to see what fantastic changes your search will yield? Luckily, the power of portals is known to you, so I'll let you in on the little secret of how to transport back and forth from the end. Off you go then. You've Starstone to find, and I've a tapestry to examine.
Cross my heart, hope to fade in the void. I honestly don't know. But ask her.
Like the imp said to the ballista up, wouldn't it just? Would that I had a star just like yourselves. Starstones are curiously absent from history. From what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by sorcerers whose reign ended.
Okej, kamień, który podrąbali na samym początku i z nim zwiali, nie?
Ruins, caves, neither do I. But the mere fact that activated Starstone has set the Weaver of Time weaving again, this in turn more than implies that you are the Void's natural enemy, for it is you who is setting new events in motion. We may not understand the how yet, but our aim... Oh, I don't know if I'm more than those things per se, but having been given a divine mission does have its perks. Old age can't touch me, but of course I have a price to pay for something that is priceless. It is my duty to record all. So, gather those stars. Lonesome, observing the frontier of creation. Well, yes, perhaps you can. Before you go, I hope he'll be able to help you as much as he can. Time, I need hardly remind you, is of.
Okej, jeszcze z nią pogadam.
How welcome you are in the ethereal threads of eternity, the drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empire. Except, it seems, ask and I shall answer. I am the Weaver of Time, as I have told you. Though my I am but what I am, and that is task. It is the same for the historian. Perhaps we are one and the same. Task multiplied by 2. Who has made us? Am I the beginning?
Ja wiem. Lorem Studios.
You shall say. Perhaps I am the first, alas. The answers to those questions still elude me. A hidden answer lies behind this veil of inscrutability, though. For the link between... I believe that Starstones will... Oh, Hunter. I have no need for company. Like I have no need for air or appetite or affection. And yet, I do enjoy your companionship. Quite so. Your absence, it should be an impossibility. I do not know you, which makes you my one perennial imperfection. A blind spot. But perchance I may be cured of this blindness. What it is but a seed bereft of sun and water. What it could be, that is what the Starstone. I reside in another realm altogether. But I think that perhaps you can redeem time, because you create time. Know that no longer I did weave. I sat here at the end of time and watched on as the void phrased the fabric of time. But suddenly there was you. You who stirred the life within the stones. The new threads emerged. These stars.
Dobra, portal.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent is I. So now that you know of the alliance between me and I'll be delighted to give it. Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief Starstone. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Councillor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. That means the task you have been given remains. While you were being lectured by our friend the historian, and the advantage of being a cat, you know. You go where you please with impunity. That's where I saw them in a cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent. Though let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. I'll not pretend to have all the answers. If Zigzags worries, I met him first, a long time ago, out in the wastes of youthful Gore. He wondered aloud what on earth a cat was doing out, so I told him who I was and showed him my human form. He laughed and marveled and told me stories. In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw through his looking lens. I was awed and frightened, but swore to help. Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly but perhaps I speak only for my... Like any cat worth its salt, though, before you go, here, take this teleporter pyramid. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have... Now that this matter has been settled, Hunters, I shall detain you no longer. But rest assured, I'll do my share of hunting too. So...
My gods! What is going on here? First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you?
Okej. Serio? No tak, ona ma 7, ja mam 1, więc... Muszę ją kilka razy ograć. O-o. No właśnie, bo ona ma mnie do 2 strzały. Włożyłem nie tą postacią.
A magical pyramid, eh? Out now, if you please. This room is private. Don't just stand there. Go! Away with you!
Trochę nie czaję jak to działa.
What are you still doing here? Begone! Out now, if you please. This room is private.
Nie. No właśnie.
Now this is valuable.
Trzeba było od razu jej dać. Miałbym 2 razy większe szanse na Miałbym większe szanse na wygranie tego. Dobra, trudno. To było nie do porobienia prawie. Okej, tu musiałbym wiadro mieć.
Well, Mayor Cecil will be happy to see the likes of a source hunter. Welcome to...
Welcome to the town hall of...
Okej, ratusz.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. Closer. My ears aren't what they used to.
Oh, golly gosh! One who flaunts the highways and byways of silly old Cecile with the easy elegance of a puss with her tail in the air. I do declare such... But where are my manners? I am Maxine, and you must be one of those hunters one hears...
Cudownie, gadam z kotem.
I'm sure.
Co gadanie z zwierzętami jest śmieszne.
I'm the mayor's cat, don't you know? Born and raised on velvets and viands of most exquisite variety. But of course, darling, heavens forbid. No, fear is rather too strong a term there, hunter dearest. The predator's instinct is a trait we share, you and I. And though those this quaint little town is a tad too parochial for one of my more urbane tastes. But one has to make do, hasn't one? The fresh sea air does go to great lengths to invigorate one's spirit, that much I'll admit. And it is rather jolly to watch the ships sail.
Cudowne. Tak cudowny jest ten mak chodzący z garkiem na głowie. Ogólnie sporo ciekawych rzeczy się tu zadziało w tym odcinku. Ale już się trochę zaczyna przeciągać, więc to byłoby w nim na tyle. Z Miuszem pogadamy na początku kolejnego. Dzięki za uwagę. Zapraszam na kolejne odcinki. Cześć!